It doesn't matter how big the first steps you take uphill are. Even if they're trivial, even if they're shameful, if you're disciplined in that, you'll speed up extraordinarily rapidly.
Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish.
You want to become best, you want to become champion, and now you want to say like you tired? Who cares? You tired or not? Nobody cares about you. Without you or with you, there is always gonna be champions. With your name, this is your choice. You want to put your name there? Okay, work hard. No? Bye-bye.
Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline, you ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline, because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline.
Wealth, respect, freedom. Have you ever wished that these all issues be in your life? Let's be honest. All men want even a little bit of it. But unfortunately, only a few of them actually got it. And those who did get it are mostly in their 40s or maybe older. Have you ever asked why? Let me tell you. About 1,000 years ago, men lived happily in the middle of the fields and farms. And their lives were very simple, but there are a lot you don't know. They all had a respect like no other. No one dares to disrespect men. Since the time a male child is born and you see all the people congratulating his family on him and cheering for him. Sometimes they even celebrate it. A man lives every moment of his life happily. From the time he wakes up until he sleeps, is full of strength and vitality and works to protect his family from everything that comes to them. When he wakes up, he finds his wife has prepared breakfast for him, and after that he goes to work, either in agriculture or in hunting animals. He meets his friends and loved people and they work together in complete harmony. After a hard day, the man returns to his home, and his children greet him with joy, and his wife meets him with all the beautiful love. Men had that complete authority in the house, and no one, I mean no one, is able to break a word to him. In this way, the renaissance of civilizations such as the Persians, Pharaohs, and Romans was formed. There is something in common between all these civilizations. Do you know it? All of these were destroyed. And the last of its kings were women, or they was the cause of its destruction. Until our time came. You see that men have turned into females, and in the latter they have become lazy and their bodies have weakened. And they have become like half men. You will find a person with a mustache and a beard and a large body. But if you raise your voice little pit in front of him, he will become like a female and try to escape from the conversation. I am not saying that all of them are like that. Here I am and you. But if you start seeing and look carefully, you will find a lot of what I talked about. So how did the situation get us from a position of rule in any civilization to this decadence and weakness? Every man must strive in his public life, and if a problem arises, he must show his strength and integrity in that. This is how he gains appreciation from people. But many do not do this, rather avoid it in the first place. We are not the ones who do this. After many experiments, many failed attempts, and much fatigue and exhaustion, I have achieved my own success. In transactions between people at least, and I want you to take the summary of this huge amount of time and valuable information that can be sold millions of dollars. And I am not kidding about this. If you start a consulting project in human development, you will earn a lot of money from it. But not all people are men, so you should not only know it, but put it in your life and start looking at it and dealing with it as a part of your life. And after that, your life will become very easy and obtain. Whatever you want, you won't have to bother yourself with what people say, because they will have already known your personality and know that you cannot be messed with. I collected 3 secrets only real successful men know. Let's start the lesson. Everyone wants some privacy in his life, and some time for himself, but he cannot get it. Because you are afraid to take it, and also because you are afraid to say no to anyone, and so you are like a prisoner in your room, your life in your hands, but you cannot even enjoy it a little bit. But this will not last long, because I will teach you how to say no to anyone at any time without hurting people's feelings, in 2 very simple steps. But first, You must know something. Keep this on your mind for a while. You must know your duties towards people and people's duties towards you, such as your friends or your family. If you treat them properly, and you do what they ask, then you must start showing your limits that no one can cross. Because if you do not, no one will care about you. Look at what this will lead to. When they get used to your growth and saying yes every time. If you say no once, they will start to deny all the good times they had with you, and the help you provided to them, and then they will treat you in a harsher way than they treated you before. This is not their fault. It is your fault because you are the one who accustomed them to this in the first place. So how do you escape from all of this? This is the first reason I told you before. If you know your duties towards people and people's duties towards you, you will then know why you say no. For example, if someone says to you, "Come, help me with my homework," or if someone says to you, "Come, help me to clean the room," then there are two options. Either you will simply accept and continue your whole life in this way, or you will say, "No, I do not have the time now. I have something to do, maybe later." Then you have achieved the first step from the two, and it is no with reason. And the second is to look into their eyes and indicate what you are going to do. For example, by pointing with your head to the place you are going to. It is okay to say that. You will help them next time. And here you will have influence. You will have time to focus on your future goals that you are seeking and get your dream as fast as possible. You will encounter a problem here. If you repeat this several times, people will start to notice. And the solution is to agree at least once, between 2 or 3 times, with one person, and by repeating this process several times, people will know in their subconscious mind that you care about time. Then you will have won people's respect for you, and you will save time for yourself, and no one will dare to break your word, and you will remain popular among people. Let's stop here for a while. I will tell you a secret. Saying yes always leads to people to hating you. Are you understand it? Try to think about this. This is just the first rule to life control. In the previous video, we will learn about how to control your goals and reach them as quickly as possible, and much more. But I will suffice with this for now so that you can try the first rule. I will be honored by your subscription to the channel. We want to build a complex in which men are in control. So be the first man.